Hello everyone, this is Aaron. I play Magic way too much. Okay, just real quick on the Fate is rarely fair event. Here's what we're trying to accomplish. Red node, or all the nodes cast 5 vehicles, and then red node win with 20 or less hit points. We're going to use direct damage against ourselves to make that happen. Oh, one quick thing, this is an enraged event, so after 5 turns, everything's doubled. So that's going to make it extra hard to get out 5 vehicles, even if you're going to be killing them too fast. Green node, lose 2 or less creatures during a single fight. Well, you can't really do the hexproof option here because you're going to be casting vehicles as your creatures, but you can try to kill them fast while still getting out 5 vehicles. Good luck. And blue node, cast 2 or less spells during the fight. There's some ways around that with return creature to hand creatures for your opponent, but we're probably not playing those with the blue node. So basically what I'm saying is this event's really hard. And I think that's kind of interesting in that weeks ago we all said, we hate this tie thing, we hate this tie thing, we want something different. And so what they did is they made the event really hard. And now the event's really hard, no one's getting a perfect score, or maybe one person does, and there's not 30 people getting perfect scores, and then somebody with a perfect score that's ranked 27th is pissed off because they didn't even get, the 4 packs of cards they thought they were going to get, let alone the mythic for being in the top 5. So it's interesting how they solved that problem. We complained, they solved it in a way that we probably didn't want them to solve it that way. So be careful what you ask for. Did you notice here that I typed in vehicle and I got all the vehicles? You can do the same thing for anything, werewolves or vampires or anything like that. Great new feature came out in the last update, not maybe 2 weeks ago. These are all the vehicles there are, including the ones I don't have. You can see that the top to convert duplicates gets in the way, but for 7, which is that first one, it's a 2/2, and then right here at 9, you have one that is a 4/4. So those are the vehicles you're going to be using, probably the Demolition Stomper that's a 4/4, and then kind of going from there. And those are all the vehicles you have to choose from. Good news is all the vehicles are colorless. The bad news is the number that great. Okay, so these are all the cards that don't deal with vehicles, or pardon me, that deal with vehicles that are not vehicles. Fetch the first colorless spell, support a creature in your library, and take 5 damage. So if you only have colorless vehicles, no colorless supports, you're going to be able to pull a vehicle, so you'll be able to get that 5 out faster, right? So you know what you're going to draw. Be a little careful with this in that if it's the next card, let's say you have a vehicle that's 2 cards down and 4 cards down, you're pulling the one that's 2 cards down, and now you're just going to, you're not going to draw one for like 3 turns now. So it does help, but it makes it so you draw less in upcoming draws. Just kind of a quick heads up. So I kind of play that last if I can. Here we have, everyone's going to be playing vehicles. Now we only play against event decks. So in your red deck, if you want to steal their vehicle and give it haste, sounds good. Here, since it is enraged, and since you need to get 5 creatures out, you may want to kill some of your creatures. So if you and your opponent have 5 or less cards in your hand, target creatures return to your hand, and target creatures return to their hand. So this may slow down the game enough for you to accomplish the goals. I assume in my decks, I haven't even thought too much about my decks, I'm going to have all vehicles and no other creatures, but this would be a good supplement if I change that. And when this creature enters the battlefield, each vehicle in your hand gains haste. And that's okay, assuming you're trying to kill them right away, which could come in handy in the lose 2 or less life, 2 or less creatures event or node or whatever you want to call it. Here we have, when this creature enters the battlefield, each vehicle in your hand gains first strike. Another good card that affects vehicles. Here, I don't know, I shouldn't have taken a picture of this. This would be good, and actually really good, in the deck because, when you cast a card, a vehicle, fetch the next card of the same type, creature, getting another creature, and this support loses 1 shield. So this actually will get you 5 vehicles, probably the most efficient way possible. And it kind of, you just keep casting them, you'll keep getting them. And the draw thing I mentioned earlier isn't as big of a problem because you can do it over and over again. So then you're drawing the vehicle that's 20 cards down and then 24 cards down, etc. Here is a way overpriced card, but each vehicle in your hand gains 4 mana, and you got to love that, especially for this event. And if you happen to have this, you're going to be using it, and basically you can fetch more dwarves and vehicles. So those are all the cards that deal with vehicles, and this is the way to search for vehicles. So I think that those are your cards that are going to be in your decks. And good luck on the event. Like I said, I haven't even started mine. It's been going on for like 3 hours, and a lot of people on the forums and in my little chat with my coalition are upset. And they upset maybe too strong, but they're like protesting in a way and saying, I'm not going to put any vehicles in because the objective is just too tough. And it's actually an opportunity for people that really want to make it work and get it maybe on half the battles and get the 5 vehicles. But good luck, guys. It's going to be a very interesting event. And there's not going to be any ties for first place, or if there are, it's going to be 2 or 3 people. Have a good day. Bye.